Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV, talking to director Mark Anthony Green, John Malkovich regarding the film Opus. Obviously, Mark, if the directorial debut, you've got Mr. Malkovich coming in this movie, in this horror thriller, and
Yeah.
singing. You know, where? How'd you get him to do that?
I asked him really, really nicely. I just no, I think that there's people like John. If you looked at John's schedule, I said this the other day, but I think people's perception of John, because he plays such characters that get under our skin and they live with us and they're iconic, that I think people think that he's like some eccentric villain. And I guarantee you, he is 10 times more eccentric than you think he is, but he's 10 times or 100 times less villainous than you think he is. And I think that, you know, it's about responding to the material. And he and I wanted to say the same thing. So big director, uh, non-seasoned director, big budget movie. I think to most actors, most artists, stuff like that doesn't really matter. It's about the work.
Mr. Malkovich, he when you got presented with the script and you saw you had to sing, was it also thrilling knowing who was writing the songs?
Well, we didn't know at that time. I mean, I think Mark Anthony was working on it, but he did tell me he wanted to get great original music, which I thought would be next to impossible. Um, because I don't know if I'm a songwriter and the choices are, um, if Rihanna sings Shine Bright Like a Diamond, or if I do, I know if I'm the songwriter who I'm going to choose. So uh, I, I, I understood his desire. I understood what he wanted, but it struck me that we might be unlikely to get it. But he was able to get it, and those people there, the Dream and Nile Rodgers and Coogs the engineer, um, they're extraordinarily competent, um, and they made that fantastically easy. But more importantly to me, they made it uh, a really unique experience in my career, because I never thought of going to a recording studio and recording a song. Um,
Did you try doing karaoke? Get a little tryout?
no, I used to sing and play the guitar when I was in university at coffee houses and bars, that kind of thing, to earn a little money. Um, but that was probably about 10,000 packs of unfiltered Camels ago, and several decades. Um,
Google John Malkovich sings Hallelujah, because that's how I convinced the studio to that he could sing, and it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
You've got this thriller, you've got Isle, Isle's, first, I would say first big role, but for you as a filmmaker, knowing you're able to get Eye on John, how thrilling is that? Because not everybody gets to do this, especially when they're together their first film.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like the luckiest human being on the planet, and also both are good humans. Both are big thinkers. They highly collaborative, and we had a really fun time. Tony Hale, who I love, Veep is one of my favorite things ever made across any discipline. Um, Murray Bartlett, Juliette Lewis. I mean, we just it was a an embarrassment of amazing human beings that are deeply talented and decided to freeze with me in New Mexico for 19 days.
And so Malkovich, throughout your career, you worked with a lot of different people. I always say actors can never stop learning. Is there anything you picked up from Mark's direction, Mark Anthony's direction, that you maybe, hey, you're still working that you can take to your next project, or you?
I think I've learned something from every director. sometimes it's very what 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 architects call site specific, but
Mm.
um, Mark Anthony has a very elegant calm and ease. He may not feel that way underneath, but a, a leader has to lead. A leader has to be able to handle pressure
Mhm.
without passing it on to others constantly in very offensive ways. Um, it's a lot of pressure to direct a movie, an incredible amount of pressure. We had 19 days. Uh, 19 days for a full-length movie. When I started, this movie would have been 4 months, no problem, or at the very least 3 months. And then movies suddenly were not 3 months, but 10 weeks, 9 weeks, then 6 weeks. During the pandemic, I did a film where I shot 32 scenes as an actor, 32 scenes in 3 days. That's completely inconceivable. Uh, that would have been just absurd when I started doing films that even to think of that. So you want someone who can listen to a question about their vision and agree or disagree. You want someone who has a confidence in how he sees things or she sees things, um, and that confidence will filter down. And you don't some I don't enjoy so much when someone is very panicked. We
Mm.
know the day is long. We know we have too much to shoot. We're aware, and Mark Anthony has a really kind of preternatural calm that you don't see a lot in people. Um, a lot of directors, their nerves show, and as I said, they can show in not very productive ways. Um, and that's the thing I would have noticed most about Mark Anthony and the way he works. And that, like most directors, he's involved in every aspect of it, how it looks, how it's shot, um, how it sounds, what the story is, e- everything. And you you have you have to have somebody who has that kind of energy and drive, and the calm is a great bonus.
Just want to say, Mark, congrats on your film.
Thank
You
you.
know, John, it's always a pleasure to see you, especially in this particular movie. Obviously, I'm hoping I'll see more of you and Mark stay in the game.
Of
I'll
course.
get on you. It's like I don't want to see you on the milk carton. It's like, where's the happening to the director? Let's
No,
get
no, no,
Opus
no,
out
no.
there.
I can't wait to get back on set. I'm dying to get back on set.
So
So
we'll make it so. Gentlemen,
yes.
congrats. We'll talk
Take
down the
Thank
care.
road.
man.
Thank
And
you.
again, Wilson, like I said in Park City, I have been following you. Thank you for all that you do for Black filmmakers, for Black actors. You've been in the game for a while, so officially, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Appreciate it. Take
All
care.
right.